It's Christmas time, it's Christmas time, almost New Year time, you know. So count down with me. You better like, comment, and subscribe, because I'm keeping you in that set. You guys say hey to Asia.
Hey.
We literally come in here to learn how to sew, but I feel like I'm bringing too much. Like, I'm bringing my whole house. But hey, we're going in.
So you need to have thread up here, and you need to have what's called a bobbin down here.
Okay.
Do you have any bobbins in here? You have to fill your bobbin with the same color yarn or thread, sorry. So that should pull up. So your bobbin always sits there, and to make, sorry, your thread always sits there.
Okay.
To make a bobbin, this is where you see how old I am. I remember when I didn't need them. Okay. So to fill a bobbin, you just put the yarn through one of the holes, and then you put it on here. Make sure it's pulled back tight. Okay. So to make just your bobbin, the only time you use this is for the bobbin. This has got, it makes it tight. It controls the tension so that your thread will go on here safe, like nice and tight.
Okay.
And you pop it over here, and that tells the sewing machine, I'm not really sewing right now, I'm just making a bobbin. And then you just use your paddle. Sometimes I'll like that. So does it go flying off? Make the cat happy. Loaded it, because if you do, it'll get tangled up in there.
That probably was my red flag when I did it at home.
Okay, so your bobbin, if you see, there's like a little instruction here in plastic. The nice thing about new machines is they all have little instructions, right? So, make sure I'm doing it right. So you want the thread coming off counterclockwise. So if that's 12 o'clock, you're going, you know, the wrong way. And you put it down in here, and it'll just drop down, and you can see there's a little, like a little gap, and you want to get it inside that gap, like that.
For a little cutter thing.
Yeah. And then it's time to thread the machine. So you do have the instructions here. So the first step is this piece. You just take it over and around. You come down. So that's 2 is down. 3, you have to go back. Whoops. You have to go back up on this side. And now, if you don't see the arm sticking up, you can just slowly turn. And here comes the arm, and you want to wrap it onto the arm down in there. I don't think it goes any higher. No. So you see how it's in the arm now?
Okay. Was there like a little loop to get it in?
Yeah. So I'll do it again. So you go across, down, back up, and then you just kind of pull it to the back, and it'll catch on that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And then come down. This is number 5, step 5 now. You come down, and you need to catch it here next to the needle, so it's coming down flat to the needle.
Okay.
And then I'll try not to lick it because it's your machine.
It's fine. I understand. I do that when I'm handsome.
Yeah. And then you just thread the needle and pull it and make sure everything's nice and straight. So you see how it's not, doesn't have any loops, it's straight, it just goes back. Okay, so now you have to catch this and bring it up. So you hold this.
You want me to hold it?
No.
Okay.
And then with this hand, you just slowly turn so the needle, you always turn towards yourself.
Okay.
So you turn and it'll come up, you can watch the thread, now it's coming around and it's grabbing that bottom thread from your bobbin, and usually I use my scissors and just pull it on out, and now both threads are out together. This is like the hardest part of sewing, is learning how to thread the machine. You can also go on YouTube, you know, people will have your machine.
I'm probably going to be your #1 student.
Let's see, your machine's different. Mine, I feel like so similar and then a little bit different. There's some thread caught in here. Okay. So the sewing machines are really tough and hardy, but if anything gets stuck down in there, it just won't work. So you can't force it because it's just like, I won't work until you clean it out.
Okay.
So if you ever feel like it just won't run, it feels jammed, right? So now I'm ready to sew.
Okay.
But I did that So now you have to do that.
Oh Lord.
I'll talk you through, but you gotta learn. You just want to have your pedal where it's comfortable for you.
Okay. Like I'm driving.
Yep. And before you start, you're gonna, there's a lever here. Do you see that lever?
Yes, ma'am.
And that drops the foot for you, and it holds your fabric tight. If you don't use the lever, you'll be doing like that, and it won't have good stitches.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you got me scared now.
Just practice.
Why am I going so hard?
Okay, so this is your tension. This makes the thread tight or loose. And for you as a beginner, stay within those 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
When you get better, like silk or different kinds of fabric, they require different tensions. But you want to be on 3, 4, 5. So let's see if that fixes it.
And could you tell me again on recording, like, what to do with this?
Sure. So here's what I'm going to do. I want to sew a straight seam. So I drop the lever, and I get started. And then I want to make sure it's a nice tight seam, so I'm going to push this down, and you can see it's going to go backwards. So it's called reinforcing. So it's reinforced the seam. I've been sewing for a long time, so I don't have to hold here. But for a beginner, you can hold here as long as you're not going too fast. Don't run your fingers in. I always have one in the back to guide. So my back one is kind of the one that's leading, and this is just kind of making sure nothing gets, you know, wrinkled.
Okay.
You can pick any spot. You're just doing tests. There you go.
Let's do right here.
There you go.
It's kind of crooked. I don't know. Let's try to straighten it out. Okay. And we gonna hold it from the back. Dang, why I'm scared.
Is it caught?
Let me see.
That's okay. That's just the thread from where you started.
Okay.
There you go.
Maybe it's because I got sandals on. I'm scared.
That's a good beginner speed. Nice and easy. And you have time to stop if you see a mistake starting. That's good.
Thank you.
Because you're going off the edge.
Okay.
So if you were sewing your
I'm kind of nervous. I'm sorry.
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Okay, so you're done. So you always want to make sure the needle's up at the top, like has raised up. If it hasn't, you can always move it with this. But you have.
Okay.
And then you just pull it out, cut it here. Always leave yourself a tail. Cut it here, up by the fabric. There you go.
Ooh.
Okay. You always want a long tail so that you can start the next project without having to rethread.
Yeah. I feel like I'm sweating.
So just keep trying. Let me show you something. So if you start to go off to the side, like you see how you were going nice and straight, and all of a sudden you kind of got closer to the edge at the end. If you start to do that, you stop and just shift it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I show it to the camera right quick?
Of course.
Thank you. So this is it, guys. You can't really tell, but this is it. We're working with something. She's an awesome teacher.
So if I start going off to the side, like you did, so I'm going straight, and then I start going off to the side, stop, and like I can even lift, keep the needle in the fabric, and you can lift and turn just a little bit, and close it, and get back on track. Or if I'm going way off, I can go back. You can control it. So if you feel like you're starting to go off to one side, stop, take a breath, and then control it.
Okay.
Yeah. A little more practice, you'll take time and measure and make sure you're really folding like, 1 inch all the way across. But for today, it's okay to just eyeball it. So, just fold it how you want. And the important thing is to iron it so that it's nice and crisp. This is not a very good ironing board. It's like too soft. But anyway, you can try. It's just practice. You're not really gonna, you're not like hemming pants right now.
Okay.
So go ahead and iron it.
Okay.
You really want to push, like get it nice and tight.
I wish it would just melt on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, it's sticking up.
And you probably don't have to because it's a pretty simple thing, but you can put your pins. So always when you're sewing, put your pins like this so that when you're sewing with your needle, it's easy to just pull them out. If you put them like this, then when you're sewing with your needle, you can't see them and it's hard to pull out. So always put them like that across. So I'd put like 2 more so you can just practice taking them out.
Wait. Why are you so close?
It's quite the close-up.
You can show me if you want to. Okay, guys, I'm trying to do this. I'm low-key scared, but I'm doing it. See? Bro. Okay. Dang, you're so close. Okay. Good. Masterpiece. Voila. Okay, I guess I'm done.
Okay.
Leave this here.
All right.
Now you guys will see my hands down. Okay. I gotta be really slow right here.
Okay, so put your arm down. So whenever you're starting, you always have to start at the edge or you'll have a gap when you're sewing.
Okay.
So go ahead and put your foot down.
What about the left? Okay.
And then go ahead and take that first one out. If you were to sew over it, because you put it this way, the needle will skip over it and you won't break anything.
Okay.
If you had it the other way, the needle would jam because they'd hit each other. But go ahead and take it out because you don't need it. And then this is the moment to go ahead and stitch a little bit towards you, stop, and do the reverse. So
Okay.
you can practice that. Okay, stop, and then do the reverse. So you pull it down, and then stitch with your push with your foot.
Oh, just hold it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And now it's going to go backwards.
Hold
There you
it.
go. And you do, and then let go.
That's crazy.
And then go ahead and sew forward.
Guys.
She's sewing the fried chicken and watermelon bag.
Bro. Alright. I'm about to do it, y'all. Yeah, you can start. Yep.
Excuse me.
Who's doing it like this?
Me.
Okay. Now we're working with something. So like this.
Mm-hmm. You're going to come forward like a ½ inch, and then you're going to hold that and go back to the
Okay.
edge. And then,
So before I get to this pin.
absolutely, I would, even before you get to the white.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then just sew like normal.
And don't do the reverse no more after that? Okay.
You don't need to.
Gotcha.
So you want to go this way. So you want to keep this raw edge. You're trying to sew
Okay.
it. I would
And
keep,
I'm in the middle, basically.
I would keep it like right there.
Okay.
If you can see. So you got your thread. There you go. Okay. You don't have to do the reverse on this one because we're going to be cutting it anyways.
Okay. Am I over there? I don't think so.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I'm good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So make sure that this thread is between the toes there on the foot.
Gotcha.
Hold it. Hold it with your hand.
Okay.
Turn that one time towards you. Let the needle go down. Back up.
This?
Yeah, keep going. You got to turn it towards you the whole time.
Oh.
Up. There you go. And now you stop.
Okay.
Make sure the needle's up so you don't hit it. There you go. And take that, remember, and scrape. Just scrape along. There you go.
Yay. I'm gonna roll this thing, so if you're watching this, hit this thing towards myself. Please don't forget, because I done forgot like 50 million times. That right there.
So the needle is up.
Yep.
So you make sure that you don't have both pieces together, or you'd be sewing it together. Alright, so there's, I'm gonna sew it. I'm gonna go in reverse. Because I want it to be strong.
Okay.
And then when I get pretty close to the edge, I'm going to make sure the needle is in all the way down. And I'm going to raise the foot and just turn the whole thing. You have to make sure the needle's still in the fabric or you'll make a big gap.
Okay.
And then I'm going to sew it towards myself. Okay, I'm close to the edge. So I'm going to make sure the needle's in. And turn. And always make sure you're not trapping other fabric under. Okay. Almost to the edge. Make sure the needle's all the way in. And turn. Make sure I don't have anything trapped. And then I can see I'm almost to the end, so I'm going to do that reverse stitch again.
So this is the hard part. Meanwhile, my camera's about to die. I have to get this and make it flat because it's fluffy right now. They had a long time doing this for me, but I'm grateful for it. But I gotta pull this all
And
out.
here's the finished results.
Anywho, I'll see y'all later because my camera's about to die.
This was my first time.
It only been 2 hours.
You had it open for like 15 minutes.
15, you come slow. And you come too fast.
Bye, y'all.